I never thought I'd be saying this, but I actually like the quad cylinder more than the shotgun now. Yeah, shotgun kind of fell off. It got a bit of a double whammy past two patches. So 2 patches ago, of course, we got the overblast nerf, which was understandable. Brought it in line with the other weapons, but this last patch, we got an indirect nerf because enemies were buffed, in particular the cowboys, the guys with the hats and the pistols. You used to be able to side strafe them up in their faces. Now you can't. Now they do 20 damage and the bullets are really fast, they're harder to dodge, which basically gives shotgun users a survivability nerf. So health sustain has become much more important since the last patch. And shotgun builds in particular, they just take a lot more damage now. So it feels rough. Shotgun honestly feels a bit mid right now. It's still doable. I've done it. I mean, I've played some Solo Nightmare with it, but yeah, I'm liking the quad cylinder more with the recent changes to homing burst. Now, I already did a video with a build, but this build's a modification of that one. So in my last build, I wasn't using Battle Mage because I was using Strikes and Geyser, but I wanted to try some spells with longer cooldowns. So I've got Rain and Wisp now, but I need Battle Mage to feel comfortable taking those, which means I had to make room, and that means I took off Disgrace, movement speed, which means no more speedster on my gun, because all this other stuff I need. Extra jump, I always have extra jump. I think it's the most important Joker. And Life Pact has become really important since this last patch, because health sustain is so important now. It's just hard. It's impossible, almost impossible, let's say, to avoid taking damage. Like before this last patch, you could theoretically do a no-hit run. I haven't done it, but it seemed possible. Now it just seems way less possible, if not completely unlikely. I mean, so health sustain is really important. And that's why I got Life Pact on here. Now, even though Life Pact only takes 4 slots, realistically it's an 8th slot. Because of its massive downside, health points are reduced by 30%, you probably want to take either Second Wind or Joker Dealer. In my case, I'm taking Joker Dealer. So I got 8 slots for that, 4 more for Extra Jump, leaving me 4 slots. So it's either Battle Mage or Disgrace, and then I run Speedster. So today I'm running Battle Mage. So let's take a look at my gun. The quad. Homing Burst, Destroyer, because I'm mostly shooting the first shot and reloading, so I have that constant 50% damage. It's an easy 15%. I used to have Speedster here, but because I don't have as much movement speed. I mean, realistically, Speedster is a 10-point Joker, because Speedster is a 5 slot, but then you need like Disgrace on your character and Run and Gun on your weapon for like an extra 30% before you get close to maxing out the Speedster buff. Because you don't just need Speedster, you also need movement speed to actually make Speedster do damage. So yeah, it's realistically a 9 or 10 slot. You could do double Run and Gun or Run and Gun and Disgrace. But yeah, I just don't have room for it, so I'm going Explosive. Acid and Pyro. And so I was reluctant to even try this at first, but I decided to do some testing in the range, and it works. I mean, so first of all, the first and last shot of your magazine fires 5 homing bullets with homing burst. So you shoot, you reload, you shoot, reload. Basically, every time you shoot, you're getting 6 bullets. Got your main bullet that comes out your gun, and then 5 more that spawn once it hits something. And these 5% chance to explosion, that applies to every single one of those bullets. So you could think of this as like a 60% chance for an elemental explosion, which is pretty good. And there are actually a lot of good 2-slot builds. I mean, 2-slot Jokers you could fill out here. I'm using Rampage for the movement speed. It helps with survivability, and because I got so used to using Speedster, now that my character is slower, at least this makes it feel a little better. But Bell Shot's another good one. Cactus Day. Even Pick. I mean, it lasts a while. It feels like it lasts like 10 seconds or something, but it's kind of slow. But yeah, realistically, I'd probably be thinking of Cactus Day, Bell Shot, or what I've already got in here. Rampage. So I'm going to be killing stuff a lot. I'll be getting that extra movement speed, and it'll feel better. But yeah, this is kind of a flex slot. But this gun with homing burst, the way it works now, where you could just fire and reload, you could think of it as having like two different fire modes, right? You got your regular fire mode where you mag dump and you do a bunch of DPS, or let's say you need to heal up. You hang back, you fire a shot, get a bunch of ricochets, kill random enemies. Meanwhile, Life Pact is giving you health. So it's a good way for having ammo efficiency, which this gun's super ammo efficient if you're not running the homing burst tech and just reloading after every shot. It runs out of ammo way too quick. I wouldn't even use it if it weren't for this. So it's pretty nice. And dual revolvers, also great for healing. They do probably the most damage of all the secondary weapons, single target damage at least. Bow probably does the most area damage, of course. But lifesteal works better on this because it's based on damage done, so you'll be getting a lot of lifesteal. And I also have ricochet on it, so I'll be getting even more hits on other enemies, which will contribute to life pack. So basically, I have good healing. Because life sustain has become really important since the last patch, so I'm definitely leaning more into it. And this build works pretty well with that. Running Swamp Trick, it's not super important for this build because I'm not trying to proc any elemental with this gun, aside from making sure my gun's electric, so I can have an electric wisp. But yeah, I mean, it's an extra bit of damage on the ground. Ammo supply, I almost always have this on my secondary. And then Cactus Day and Ricochet and whatever, Gold Tooth. I mean, that helps if you want to use the Wandering Trader. But yeah, I don't have as much experience on the dual pistols, but they do comparable damage to the primary weapon. So you could just use primary on the boss, or you could use secondary, and it's like, either way, it's good. But yeah, definitely leaning more into life sustain since the last patch. The Cowboys in particular, they're really hard to dodge. So, got Wisp, Rain, and Swap. Swap is a fun spell. I really like using it. It's not great or anything, but it is better ever since they fixed it so the snake doesn't automatically grab you when you swap into a snake. But, oh, I actually did a run already, so I'll just clip that on to this intro. But yeah, that's, I think, all I have to say about the build. It's a slight modification of the last one. The last one's totally fine too. This is just the version with the longer spell cooldowns, like the bigger spells. So that's that. I'll talk to you later. There's a horseman. Should I kill him now? No, I'm gonna do this first. Oh, nice. Leroy Jenkins. good one. I already have that on my gun. Oh, what the hell. Oh, that's nice. That's good too. Getting some good jokers. If I fail this run, that would be embarrassing. Getting dwarf right off the bat, that's kind of big. Because not only am I faster, I'm harder to hit. So I'm smaller. Oof. That was a bad idea. Oh. Yeah. Almost got my cooldowns back already. Yeah, I really don't like the Prowler with teleport that has no cooldown at all. It's pretty damn cheap. And for being so tanky, they probably should drop a Joker. These new elites. I'm so tiny. I have to look up the... No, this card's lower to the ground. That other one was higher up. Those kamikazes are terrifying now. The way they leap like raptors. The ricochets don't seem to be able to target the snakes. I couldn't do this without life packed. Oh my gosh. Oh, they're all on one side. Right? Oh, there's one over there. Okay. I'm just checking for barrels. I don't want them sneaking up on me. Not that one. They lead their shots. So you could juke them or you could dodge at the right time. Yeah, those cowboys got majorly buffed. That took a little while. Can I hit the bell? I guess not. Alright, where's this thing? Oh.